Then each time the client comes, you can pull that out and write a record. But also, which is really useful on the portal, there is optional extras that you can print as well. And I will just quickly cover what they are. And the optional extras that we provide is patch testing forms. This comes in handy if someone signs my consent form and says that they've had previous allergies to certain treatments in other clinics or products, then I would like to perform a patch test just to eliminate any adverse reactions. So I would then get them to sign a patch test. We all know the type of clients that we would need to patch test with the products themselves, basically. And if they tell us they've had reactions, then it's just going to be best practice to patch test, just for reassurance for the client, but also from a safety point of view. And it's great to have as an extra for your insurance as well. Then we have a get to know your skin type. Most of the clients that will come to you will not fully understand skin types. So we want to be giving them an educational consultation, basically, and giving them some knowledge about their skin and why we're selecting the treatments we are on the treatment plan that we decide on together. It's all down to the skin type. So they might want to jump straight to warm plasma, but the skin's very compromised and they suffer from acne, and we need to tell them X, Y, and Z. This is what we need to do. This is why we're doing it, and this is how frequent we're going to be doing it. And this is kind of giving them an idea of what their skin type might be. So it is a nice little added extra to give to the clients, the ones that don't fully understand skin. You know, they've never had skin treatments before. They don't usually do a lot of home care. I would give this out to them as an added little extra. My clients actually really like that. There is a procedure checklist here as well. So procedure checklist, and this is for us, the therapists. So if you're new to Fusion 8 or new to skincare in general, and you don't want to let any stone go unturned, you don't want to miss anything in the consultation, you've got a little checklist there, and it just says, you know, have you spoke about your expectations? Have you spoke about possible reactions? Have you spoke about the aftercare and making sure that the sunscreen is going to be worn? So yeah, it talks about, have you analysed the skin? It's just a little useful checklist, I suppose, to use when you're doing your pre-treatment consultation. And it also has a little box here that says your therapist notes. So I would be writing things about my client's going on holiday in 2 months' time, so we're spreading them out slightly different, because I will forget these things. Or if a client's getting married, how long have we got to do to get this skin looking tip top? Has a client got you know, an operation coming up, or anything that's going to affect the treatment plan? Just little tiny tips, and that really does help me in clinic, actually, because I am super busy. And last of all, in the optional extras that you can print is a photo release consent form. We all want to use clients' pictures on our Instagram, on our socials, and our websites, but it is always best to check with the client that they're okay with this. I like to do, I like in my clinic, if I'm going to use that client as a model, I will give them a case study price, because I think it's only fair. A lot of ladies, if they're coming to you with acne, they certainly do not want you taking pictures and plastering that all over social media without their permission. Because a lot of people are self-conscious about their skin, and we need to really take that into account when we're using their images. So I would always ask for permission and get a consent from my clients to use their pictures. And if we are discounting their treatments, they generally will be happy to do so. Sometimes they'll say yes, but can you crop me? Please take that on board. Don't just say yeah and then forget and then put that. So make a note on your photo release form that it's only cropped images they're happy for you to use. Especially if they have problematic skin, this becomes a problem, and they might see themselves on social media and be really upset and not return to you because you've done that. And obviously you could have legal issues to deal with as well. So this is just saying, yes, you can use them, please tag me, don't tag me, use certain cropped images, that kind of thing. So that's really useful that you can print from the student portal as well. Okay, So last of all, with the consent, because like I said, I am quite thorough with my consultations. I just think it's the key to having a perfect treatment. And it's really professional, and it just makes that nice experience for your client as well. We don't want to just quickly get them on the bed, not ask them any questions, do the treatment and not give them any aftercare. That's just not going to happen with the Fusion 8 device, and we don't train that way. We train to be as best as we can as therapists. And then last of all, that takes me to the pre-treatment and aftercare. So there is 2 separate sheets for this. And if I just separate them up. So we have the pre-treatment forms. This will tell your client what is plasma. It will go through exactly what the cold and warm and hot plasma can do and the difference between them. It will also tell them what not to do before they come to your clinic. So, don't use tanning beds, try and avoid retinols, AHAs, any other irritants for your skin, that kind of thing. So this is going to help us as well as help the client. It's going to help us prepare the client prior to treatment to get the best results, and it's going to then prevent any contraindications on the day. Because if we haven't discussed verbally or given them a sheet in the consultation and they might turn up and they said, oh, last night I did a retinol because I think it might help. Well, then we can't go ahead and they're not going to be happy, and we've got lost time, and they will also be unhappy as clients. So it's all about communication is the key. And it just talks about trying to avoid makeup on the day as well. I know people can't leave the house without any makeup, and that's okay. I am happy for people to turn up with minimal makeup on, but I don't want to spend all my time on removing their makeup when I want to be specifically using my time to give them the best Fusion 8 treatment. I want to get stuck straight into the facial, not the removing of the makeup. They can do that themselves, but a small amount is absolutely fine. We would just use our Louise Walsh cleansing tonic, and that's as much as we want to be using at the beginning of the treatment. Okay, so we would be using the cleansing tonic, but we'd also use the gentle enzyme peel as well, which will just help lift off any of the dead skin cells to get the best out of our treatment as well. Okay, so we've done the pre-treatment, and then we give them the aftercare as well. Okay, so on the aftercare, we would want to be giving them a sheet to take away, because I remember when I'm doing my treatments, my clients, I'm talking to them at the end. They're so excited about their skin feeling so glowy. They've just been on the bed for an hour. They're so relaxed. It's just going over their head. It's going over their head. Let's not kind of beat around the bush. They're not listening. Basically, they are not listening to you. So I will cover it because I like to verbally give it, and they'll be nodding. But I promise you, they get home, they'll text me and they'll say, Laura, what do I need to do now? So having a form, having a step-by-step treatment plan for afterwards is perfect. So I give them the aftercare sheet. Okay, in here it talks about the different products, and that's a different video. Okay, so I will get round to doing an aftercare video. If that's something you guys would be interested in, just let me know in the comments. However, the aftercare sheet is going to be perfect to hand to them, send to them, whichever way you want to work in clinic. Again, I like to print things off. Something I want to add to this as well at a later date, and I will speak to Louise in the office about doing this, is almost like a prescription for our clients, and it's a home care plan, because we know that skin is like going to the gym. Okay, we can treat that client, but if they go home and put rubbish on their skin, they're not going to get the best optimum results. But I think it's just as important to give them a bit of our knowledge and expertise, and sell them or advise them what to be doing after treatment, especially the first few days after treatment. We would be providing the plasma pen products, we would be providing the aftercare kits with our warm plasma, and we can provide exosomes, we can provide the healing balms, the healing gels, and giving them an idea of when they need to apply that, how much they need to apply and for how long. And that's kind of what's covered in the aftercare form as well. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is looking at taking clients' pictures. Although I've said we need a photo release form, It is very important that you take pictures before and after every treatment, because in the event that someone does return and say, I can't tell a difference, which you probably will come across, it's not that there isn't a difference, it's just that they've got used to the difference. So pictures for me in clinic is just a vital part of my treatment. If they're not happy for me to put that on social media, that's absolutely fine. I'd say 50% of my clients are, but 50% aren't. So I need to really, take that into account and respect that. But I need it for my insurance purposes, and I need it for my own to file away and bring up if I do have an issue with someone saying that they haven't seen a difference. Don't get me wrong, I've never actually come across that, but I also like to send that to my clients after 3 treatments and say, look at this difference. It's a really good, useful tool. So I take a before picture and I take an after picture, and then when they return for the second session, the before picture, and then I compare that from my previous treatment and then send that to the client. And again, on the third treatment, as we know, any kind of skin treatments, 3 treatments is best for the optimum result. So I would then send them from the very beginning to the third session. Obviously, in some cases, like when we are treating the scalp for hair loss, it takes a little bit longer on that journey, but it is really good to see. And I'm quite a geek when it comes to my pictures. I'm zooming in all the time, and I'm really taking into account what I could possibly change on the next treatment to better my results. So I zoom in and think, oh, the collagen response on this particular line is fantastic. So I'm going to go a little bit higher on my setting next week. The tolerance has been great. There wasn't much downtime. I'll speak to my client and say, make sure she's happy with that. And I make a little note in my consent form so that I know that the next treatment I want to really target this specific area. So I hope this has been useful. Now, I work on what I call a Fusion Friday. I love my Fridays with Plasma Pen. There's a lot going on that you guys can't see behind the scenes, and this is to help make sure that you get the best service and the best experience when training with Plasma Pen. So I have a full packed day today, and I'm up to lots of exciting things. But let me know what other topics you would like me to discuss on little videos like this. I'm more than happy to try, and I can't promise this is going to be a weekly thing. I do work every week for Plasma Pen. However, we have a lot of other things going on, like training and workshops. But as and when I can, I will pop on my Fusion Fridays and discuss a certain topic that's going to help you in your clinic. So please drop in the comments below if this has been useful, but also if you would like me to discuss another area. Something that's new that is coming to Plasma Pen that I can share with you is Plasma and PMU. I have been a permanent makeup artist for 20 years now, and there is something very exciting going on behind the scenes at Plasma Pen, and I'm very much involved in this. So keep your eyes peeled, and it will definitely be one of our other videos. So for now, have a great day, and I hope the consultation topic has been really helpful for you all. Thank you very much.